should WWE bring back another Evolution pay-per-view? And honestly, in my point of view, in my opinion, I feel like yes, they should. Obviously, the first one was alright, but it was under Vince McMahon, so it was good. It's not great, but it could do better. Like, okay, let me explain my reason why I feel like Evolution should actually be a thing. I want to say as a yearly pay-per-view, but at the same time, it honestly should be a yearly pay-per-view. So, honestly, obviously back into 2017, 2018, WWE wanted to do something different. Because obviously, women get the credit, but they don't get all the credit what they do. And Vince and Triple H and McMahon decided to say, yo, let's do an all-women pay-per-view for the women in the roster. And everybody was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. This is something different. And everybody was happy to see that the women division is actually going to get recognized and noticed a lot more. And it was good because you had like you had the last woman standing match for, the SmackDown Women's Championship. And then you have the Raw Women's Championship on the line. And then you had like a battle royale for the next person to, basically kind of like a women's Royal Rumble in a way. So it's kind of like a miniature WrestleMania. That's what Evolution was, like a miniature WrestleMania. That's all it was. That's all it really was. Just a women's WrestleMania. So after that, it was good because everybody did their thing. The Battle Royale was good. The last women's standing match was good. The Raw Women's Championship, when it was Ronda Rousey as the Raw Women's Champion at the time, was good. The NXT Women's Championship was fire. Like, everything about each match, I think it was like 5 matches that happened that night. So, and it was good. It was a really good match. It was like a really good pay-per-view and everything. Problem was, it was under Vince McMahon's booking. So, Vince McMahon is, obviously at the time, basically doing everything. Booking shows, everything, what he thinks, what he feels, what he sees is fit. That's it. But the reason why we haven't had an Evolution since then, because Vince kept cutting people like it's non-stop. Kept cutting like it was this diet. Just kept cutting. Couldn't stop cutting. Just couldn't stop releasing people. Because when you see the Evolution poster, when you see the lineup, when you see everybody in that Royale, you see a bunch of women. Like, literally, if I have to name up a couple of them out of memory, you see Athena on there. You see yearly Asuka. You see Lana. Like, literally. So if I literally have to say everybody off that list, or mostly everybody off that list. So, Athena, AEW, Asuka, still in WWE, Lana, cut, Mandy, NXT, Ronda, on the roster, Charlotte Flair, gone, not gone from the brand, just gone, taking a hiatus, Becky Lynch, hiatus, Sarah Logan, back on WWE recently, Ruby Riott, gone, AEW, Liv Morgan, SmackDown, Sonya Deville, NXT, I think, because that's the last time I've seen her. Tamina, haven't seen her since. Natalya, SmackDown. Shayna Baszler, SmackDown. And there's so much people that I can name off that list. But either on Raw, SmackDown, released, or on AEW, Impact, and so forth and so forth. I feel like under Triple H booking this time, I feel like Evolution will do its thing. I feel like if they make Evolution like 2, they need to be better. Obviously, the storyline will be obviously long-term storytelling as usual. So obviously, it's going to be fire. And on top of that, Triple H is going to be in charge. So you already know it's going to be hella fire if they do Evolution. Alright? I know some people say, oh, it shouldn't have come back, but People say, oh, it should come back because it was under Vince McMahon. You have to listen. You have to embrace. It was under Vince McMahon at the time. So we all know his booking is pretty shit. We all know that. His booking for shows and for storylines and everything like that is pretty terrible. Under Triple H, you don't have that problem. Because why? He's focused on the character. He's focused on the title. He's focused on what? The key word I just said? Long-term storytelling. He wants the story to drag out. He wants the story to be long. He wants people to be engaged in their storyline, into the people, into the characters, and the people that invest in these characters. The wrestlers that they love, all know and love today. That's what Evolution's for. And honestly, in my opinion, they should bring back Evolution. It should be a yearly thing, and if it's not yearly, maybe like every other year. Like, you can have probably like another pay-per-view fill that spot for like every other year as well too. Like 1 year Evolution, 1 year another pay-per-view, another year Evolution, 1 year another pay-per-view. So you have something different every year. Like, so every year it would be like, you know, Evolution, and then another year would be just something different. Like, that's all you gotta do. Me personally, I like Evolution. But for them to do Evolution, you need to have a bigger roster. Most of your roster is cut. You probably bring back some people. Okay? You probably bring back some people. But I feel like for Evolution this time, it should be Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all in one for Evolution. If you're gonna do the next Evolution. Because Evolution in 2017 and 2018 was on the main roster. If you're gonna be smart about it and make Evolution or have Evolution be a thing again next year for the lineup, you definitely need to have, obviously, every woman on the roster from between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. That's the only way it's gonna work. So basically, you're gonna have around 5-6 title matches. You're already going to have the SmackDown Women's Championship. You're already going to have the Raw Women's Championship on the line. You're already going to have the Tag Team Championships on the line. The Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. You're already going to have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. And you're going to have the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Alright? Basically, there's 5 titles right there you can put on the line at Evolution. On top of that, do like a mini Battle Royale, like a mini Royal Rumble for Evolution. For the Evolution pay-per-view. The winner of that literally chooses a championship of their choosing between NXT, Raw, or SmackDown. Just like the Royal Rumble. Just like the winner of the Royal Rumble. That's all you have to do. With Triple H, it can happen. It can happen. It can definitely happen. With his booking, with his skill, with his mindset, with everything that Triple H brings to the table when it comes to WWE, because WWE is slowly coming back to what it needs to be. Like, I love Triple H. I really do. I love this man with all of my heart. This man has brought back everything you can imaginably think of. Every person you can think of. Pay-per-views that's gone away with that. We say, yo, we don't need anymore. He's listening to the fans. He's embracing it, and he's giving us what he wants. Like, for example, Money in the Bank. That's no more. After this past Money in the Bank, it is no more. Money in the Bank is now deciding to probably be at WrestleMania. Not the pay-per-view, just the match alone. Like where the Money in the Bank briefcase should always be is WrestleMania. I mean, Money in the Bank, you know, as a pay-per-view is good. It's good. It had it years, but it's not better than having a Money in the Bank pay-per-view match. A Money in the Bank briefcase match at WrestleMania. There's no other better feeling because you win it, you can cash it in that same day. Doesn't matter the championship or whatever. That goes for both men and women. Like, I love the Money in the Bank ladder match. I really do. But it has to be back on WrestleMania. It just has to. It needs to. That's where it belongs. That's where it's always belonged. But I'm sorry, but my bad going off topic. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to if they ever choose to do Evolution Part 2, Evolution 2 for the women, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Like I said, the only way it's going to happen if you have NXT superstars, Raw superstars, and SmackDown women superstars, all literally all on Evolution. It has to work. That's the only way it can work. If not, you can think you can have just Raw and SmackDown. There's not enough people. There is not enough people. You can think you can count all you want. There is not enough people. Okay? It's not enough people. If you're doing Evolution, do it right this time. Add NXT in the mix, because NXT is basically another main roster. That's all you gotta do. Add NXT in the mix, and it's good. You're done. You're straight with. But overall, do I think WWE should bring back Evolution for a yearly pay-per-view? Yes, 100%. It needs to happen. They need to show the women more often. Show off the women more often, and they need to have fun. They always want to have fun. They want to put on the show for everybody, and they want to make people happy. That's what they're here for, and I'm all for it. So, Triple H, if you can make that happen, make Evolution a thing, and just keep it forever. Because, honestly, women want to shine too. You feel me? They want to shine. They want to bring everything to the table. So, I give them that. So, please, Triple H, make it happen. And also for everybody, every kid out there that loves to see their favorite wrestler, bruh.